Alright, looks like we're ready to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? Let me set this up. Perfect, there we go. Amazing. There we go. We'll leave this over here, we'll leave this over here. Perfect. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. There we go. Magnificent. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How have you been? It's been a while, indeed, a whole weekend, in which I've been preparing some interesting cases that we have to analyze. Today's case, it will be a rather brief and short case. As you can read in the title description, it will be a twin stick shooter, indeed. And don't worry, because this will be a pretty short case. It's a game and a case that I wanted to showcase for a lot of time. Pretty interesting, pretty underrated and unknown at the end of the day. And we are going to take a look at the track record, at the history of the studio behind it, which is Shin'en, a pretty talented German developer for today. But before we get into today's case, as I always say, the Preservation series, in which we showcase offline MOBAs and offline FPS games and offline MMORPG games, will resume on Thursday. But first I wanted to cover this case, then we will continue on Thursdays with that, and then we'll get to another case that I wanted to share with all of you. A pretty interesting game, the next one. It will be a mod, I believe, and then we will get to the next big game that we have to analyze, which is one that we've already talked about. You all know about it if you've been following the analysis, because I mentioned it. And well, it'll be soon, because as I've said, today's case won't take a lot of streams. It's a game that as I've said, it's a twin stick shooter mixed with on-rail mechanics, so it won't be long until until we get to the next case. As you can see, I'm still a bit sick. Nothing terrible, but I'm a bit sick, and my voice, my throat is completely messed up. But don't worry. Anyways, I'll survive, and of course, we will continue with the analysis and with a better voice on my part. Right, the Preservation series we've already talked about. We'll continue on Thursday with Heroes of New Earth, which I have a preserved version ready to showcase with all of you. And for today, the case of today is this one precisely. You must be already hearing the music if everything is working. Indeed, everything is working, so you are listening to it. So let's get straight to it. Let's go. Alright, people, here we are. This will be part of the leisure gameplay category of the stream, so we won't be analyzing this game a lot. It's a rather short game, so it doesn't need one of those exhaustive analyses that I do, just like we did with The Lord of the Rings War in the North. By the way, we finished the Osgiliath and Lorien challenges on heroic difficulty, so be sure to check that out in case you are interested. Alright, what do we have for today? The case of today is Nano Assault Neo or Nano Assault X. It has several versions, you'll see in a moment. But pretty much Nano Assault was is a twin stick shooter mixed with on-rails shooter mechanics. Yes, both genres in one game. A rather short game it has some replayability perks. It has some features that allow you to replay the game in several ways. And as you can see, the developer is none other than Shin'en. Who's Shin'en? This is why I always love to comment on the developer before I play a game, because it's extremely important, because a lot of people simply play the game but they don't care a lot about the developer, and they end up never knowing who's behind their favorite games, their favorite games. As you can see, Shin'en is a German developer. It's still active, fortunately. It started out as a small studio, an independent developer, were founded in 1999, but this is the interesting thing. See, these details are the ones that no one cares about when they review games or those things. The studio was formed by members of the demo scene. So what was that? Apparently, it was an international computer art subculture focusing on producing demos, but not any kind of demos, as you'll see. Self-contained, sometimes extremely small, computer programs that produce audio-visual presentations. Please remember that, because it will be important for the story that we are going to get to in a second. It was called originally Group Abyss instead of Shin'en, and now it's an official third-party developer for Nintendo. Right now, the present, this was the past, this is the present. They develop for Nintendo, primarily for Nintendo Switch, but it's true that they developed a lot of games for their previous platforms, mainly portable platforms, as you'll see. And well, pretty much, they contributed to a lot of soundtracks here of games developed by other companies. But when it comes to their games, to their own games, you'll see, well, this is a detail. Their name is derived from the Japanese word Shin'en, which means abyss, and is a nod towards their original group name back when they created those audiovisual presentations and demos. Alright, so we know, German developer from Munich. And why is this studio so important? Why is it so important that I brought it here to all of you? As you know, I cover all of these unknown, well, not unknown, second party or independent studios that have a lot of potential, but the mainstream audience, generally, they don't know a thing about them, and that's simply unfair, so we're gonna fix it now. I want you to see, these are all of the games that they developed, but I want you to focus on a specific genre. Before we do that, know that they also developed Fast RMX, which is a pretty it was a launch title of the Nintendo Switch, if I'm not mistaken, which is the sequel to Fast Racing League. I'm highlighting the most, let's say, famous games, because these two were kind of like F-Zero successors. As you know, F-Zero GX, it's a beloved series developed by Nintendo. Actually, F-Zero GX was developed by Sega but published by Nintendo. And it was a pretty famous game in the library of the Nintendo GameCube. It was a legendary game, F-Zero GX. And nowadays, as you know, there are a lot of indie anti-gravity racers. It's pretty much a unique genre. F-Zero created the anti-gravity racing genre that we showcased during the integral history of PC game genres. Nowadays, a lot of indie developers, for example, Redout, is another game that comes to mind. A lot of indie games, a lot of indie developers created a lot of games based around the anti-gravity racing genre. But this is a prominent example, the case of Fast Racing League and Fast RMX, sorry, because technically, while they're self-published, for example, Fast RMX, it's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, and as you read previously, Shin'en is pretty much a second-party developer of the Nintendo Switch, of Nintendo, right now. It's not an internal Nintendo development department, it's not a first party, but it's a second party. Similar to Insomniac before it was bought by Sony. Pretty much all Ratchet & Clank games were developed under a second party policy, because Insomniac Games wasn't part of Sony, but of Sony Interactive Entertainment, but they were exclusive to Sony, and everyone knew that they were always working for Sony with Ratchet & Clank. Right. Similar case, just so you have an idea, and that's the anti-gravity racing genre. Another game that could be highlighted is Jet Rocket, and especially the second one, Jet Rocket 2, The Wrath of Taikai, for the 3DS. But well, let's focus on their most important release. Well, alongside Fast RMX, you could argue. Probably a lot of you recognize this game, The Tourist. It's a pretty famous indie game, pretty successful. But trust me, it's not their kind of like their genre of expertise. They are experts on twin-stick shooters, on-rail shooters, and of course anti-gravity racing. Why am I saying this? Because one of the most famous games of the studio, previously to The Tourist, of course, when they developed The Tourist, they became famous because of that title rather than this. And it's sad, because this is kind of like their DNA, the DNA of Shin'en. What's this game, you must be wondering? Well, it's an exclusive Game Boy Advance game, as you can see there. It has never been released outside of this console. And it's an amazing game. And it's special because all of their prowess, creating those audiovisual presentations over there in Munich, Germany, I assume, was applied here. What are you looking at? In case you don't know, the Game Boy Advance, it's a 32-bit system. However, it has the spirit of a 16-bit system rather than a 32-bit system. What do I mean with this? That the Game Boy Advance is pretty much the pixel perfect version, the perfected version, the improved version of the 2D graphics that we saw back during the 4th generation, the 16-bit generation era, which is namely the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the SNES, and the Sega Genesis. Pretty much the Game Boy Advance perfected 2D graphics, while the first PlayStation, the Nintendo 64, and well, it was a pretty complicated era in gaming, because we were talking about the transition from 2D to 3D. And after that transition was complete, because by 2001 we already had 3D graphics, early 3D graphics, but we had 3D graphics. We even had the PS2, so we are talking about the 6th generation. Nintendo pretty much created a 2D system, a system with 2D graphics. However, the Game Boy Advance. However, it is such the case that if you pay attention, all 2D Mario games, kind of like at the end of the 5th generation, 3D Mario games were reserved for the Nintendo GameCube and the Wii for home consoles, while 2D Mario games were kind of like re-released exclusively on portable systems. For example, you can see that a lot of 2D Mario games were only developed for the Game Boy Advance. We have New Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo DS. Well, as you can see there, I think I can select it, but it will be extremely small because of the GBA's screen. It's the same. The Iridion 3D, a game that I highly recommend, it also has a sequel, Iridion 2. As you can see, and you can infer by the title, it's in 3D in a Game Boy Advance. That's an amazing technical achievement. Why? How could they achieve that? Because they were experts at audiovisual presentations. See how all of these subtle details are always lost in time, and pretty much no reviewer takes care of them at all. Reviewers don't pay attention to them. I have played this game even on my Nintendo 3DS, besides the original GBA, and this game has amazing graphics for a GBA. It's in 3D, which is a huge feat, a huge achievement, and trust me, as you could see there, the audiovisual presentation is amazing. However, we are not only talking about graphics. The gameplay, I assure you, is solid as well. Pretty well designed. So we have games with amazing presentations for the technologies of the handheld portable consoles that they were developed for. And we have pretty solid gameplay mechanics, as you'll see in a moment with the game that we are going to showcase. We have Iridion 3D, then we have Iridion 2, which I'm not going to showcase because it's pretty much the sequel to this game. It pretty much uses the same engine and the same everything, but as you can see, it's in 3D. A 3D Game Boy Advance game, it's a huge feat. It was a huge feat back in the day. After Iridion 3D, they developed Nano. Pretty much the same concept, but in this case it was a vertical shooter. Everything is in 3D in this game, but it's a vertical shooter rather than... In the case of Iridion 3D, it's a pretty special case because it's kind of like an on-rails shooter with the mechanics of a twin-stick shooter. Not a twin-stick shooter, kind of like of a vertical shooter in that case. So yeah, on-rails shooter with the mechanics of a vertical scrolling shooter. Amazing, an amazing combination. In the case of Nano, it's a much more traditional approach, let's say. Everything is in 3D in this case. In the case of Iridion, there are some 2D elements mixed with 3D. But in the case of Nano, with the power of the Nintendo DS, they developed Nano 1 and Nano 2, as you can see there. Both amazing games that I highly recommend you play. This one is much more traditional in the sense that it's a vertical shooter, and yeah, pretty much amazing games. As you can see, they developed two twin-stick, not twin-stick, either vertical or on-rails or twin-stick shooter per generation. Two shooters per generation of Nintendo handheld platforms. And I'm sad, this one was published under Majesco Entertainment in North America and THQ in Europe. And pretty much I'm sad that we never got a shooter from Shin'en in the 9th generation. We got one in the 8th, which is the one that we are going to comment, in the generation of the PS4, the Xbox One, then the Wii U, and, well, the 3DS, no, but it was also released on the 3DS. It was pretty much their last twin-stick shooter, and I'm sad. I'm sad, people. I'm sad because of that, because the game that we are gonna analyze, and the one that deserves a lot of praise, was also their last twin-stick shooter in this case. Not a vertical shooter, it's a twin-stick shooter mixed with on-rails shooter. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary. I want to show you the original, the one from the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo 3DS. As you can see, the game has several versions. I played the original back in 2011. I played it at launch. Nano Assault Physical on Nintendo 3DS by Majesco, and then they self-published the here is it, the Nintendo eShop 3DS version of Nano Assault X. I also played this one. It improves a lot of things. But then, and this is the version that I haven't played, it's Nano Assault Neo on the Wii U. This is the one that we're gonna play. I've been able to capture footage and improve it. You'll see a pretty clean image. And we're gonna play this version, Nano Assault Neo. We'll see what changed, what didn't change. Maybe I don't realize because it's been a year since I played Nano Assault X. But yeah, pretty much I played the original version physically back in 2011. Then I played this one, which is the eShop. And they developed one last version that sadly I cannot showcase because I don't have PS4. Which is Nano Assault Neo X. Pretty much I think it's the only game alongside Art of Balance, which is a physics-based puzzle there, that they developed for the PS4. And well, then they developed Fast RMX, as I've said, for the Nintendo Switch, for the launch of the Nintendo Switch. And then the Tourist, fortunately, it's a multi-platform release, but fortunately it was successful. And it first, as you can see, it first was released for the Nintendo Switch through the Nintendo eShop. And as you can see, the Tourist was a pretty famous, it was much more successful, fortunately. I don't know why it wasn't developed for the PS consoles, but whatever, for PlayStation consoles, whatever. And then, as you can see, they are developing one more game, or they've already released it, because it says 2022. The Punching, I haven't tried that one. But here you can see it. In addition, Shin'en has developed the audio of hundreds of games on Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, WiiWare, and Nokia N-Gage as an outsourced audio developer using their proprietary audio engines. As you can see, the visual and audio presentations of their games are amazing, and you'll see in a moment once we get to their, well, I won't say the swan song in this case, just like I said with the Lord of the Rings War in the North, because they are still developing games, and they are still, as I said, they are still developing games. However, I'm sad that they haven't released a new twin-stick shooter or a new vertical scrolling shooter or an on-rails shooter, because they are honestly amazing. Their presentations are amazing, just like Fast RMX. And yeah, I'm sad that we don't have a 9th gen shooter by them. But well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, if anyone from Shin'en ever watches my my forgotten video here on the internet, on the internet, please, I love your shooters, and definitely I'm sad that we never got a 9th generation shooter, because it's clear that it's the DNA, the expertise of this German studio. Definitely, all of the twin stick shooters, they've all been amazing, and yeah, pretty much. So let's get to it. Nano Assault, here the original 3DS version, as you can see, is the spiritual successor of the Nintendo DS games, Nano Stray, Nano Stray 2, blah blah blah. It has no successor. Ignore these scores. The game is amazing. I played this one, they are all amazing. It's not a game of 6 or 7. These games are short, so it's probably because of that they it's probably because of that developers assign this game, they reviewed this game with a 7 or a 6. But trust me, the solid gameplay mechanics, and as I've said, the amazing audiovisual presentation that they do will be enough to surprise you. And yes, I pretty much wanted to share this beauty, this gem with all of you. As I've said, we'll play an even graphically enhanced version of it, because as I've said, it's not the original game and everything. So yeah, let's get right to it. Let's see if I can capture the footage. Perfect. There we are. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. All right. You'll see. You'll see. How about I stop analyzing and I show you how amazing this game is. As you can see, I've updated everything, and this is the Neo version of the Wii U. As I've said, I've already played the 3DS physical, the 3DS digital, and now we're gonna play the Wii U. I mean, I think I even played this one back in the day. Alright, as you can see, you have both single player and arcade mode. First we'll showcase the campaign, just so you have an idea of a classic gameplay session of it. As you can see, the game is not that long. It has a lot of replayability, and as I've said, it was created by masters of the genre, with Nano and Iridium 2 behind them. Shin'en, they know what they are doing. So, as you can see, just as I promised, the audio-visual presentation of the game is pretty much amazing. Without a doubt, it's their expertise. No twin-stick shooter, or I mean, very few twin-stick shooters look as gorgeous as this one. I play a lot of twin-stick shooters. As I've said, the game is like all twin-stick shooters. It's a rather short game, just because the genre works like that, in short bursts. But as you can see, you can tell that the soundtrack and the audio-visual presentation is nothing but amazing. The idea is to clear the cells from the parasites. As you can see there, we have a 57%. The idea is to clear the cells from the parasites. As you can see, the grass has physics applied to it. The soundtrack is amazing. The quality of the soundtrack is amazing. Sorry. And yeah, pretty much the background, everything. And yeah, pretty much you clear the cells from, let's say, hostile organisms, the bacteria here, and it's pretty much amazing. You can use bombs. Here I can show you one. If I remember how to use them. I should have read the controls for the Wii U version. The bloom effect of the... It's not a sun there, but yeah, the bloom effects that this game has, they're simply amazing. There we go. And there you can see exit open. In the 3DS version, and now you have a countdown. This is new, I believe. No, the countdown is not new, but the exit, reach the exit, I think is new, because in the 3DS version, I think it's automatic. Once you clear the cell. Once you clear the cell, it's kind of like automatic here. They added kind of like similar to Super Metroid, like escape sequence. Alright, we got some points, but for now, we are good. Second section of the cell. This is not the second cell. It's kind of like the second section. Each cell has kind of like different sections. Then we'll get to the on-rails sections, and you'll see how amazing they are. I think the levels are different when compared to the 3DS version. I believe there are some differences. But well, this is the best, the most graphically enhanced version, so yeah, pretty much. Damn it. So yeah, pretty much I think you can appreciate both the amazing soundtrack and the amazing audiovisual presentation of the game. It's always been amazing. I mean, Shin'en has always been amazing in terms of audiovisual presentation because of what we read during the intro. And yeah, here you can see it in action, how amazing it is. Simply astonishing, astounding, incredible. There's kind of like a combo meter now. I didn't have that in the 3DS version. Pretty amazing. 4. The thing that here is that there are so many special effects that sometimes I lose track of where I am. Yeah, it is. Ugh. Alright, we've already lost so many lives. Oh, damn it, I need to be careful. What's that? Let's use it. Oh! So they also changed the gameplay mechanics a bit with that. This is new. For me, at least. Let's try to get some extra points. Hey, I didn't know about that. What's this? You kind of like get a bonus. A short bonus attack there. That's new. Adds 1 life. What do I get? 1 life per every time I... This device emits an antimatter energy pulse that tracks, follows, and jumps. Blah, 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 blah. Then we'll get to the upgrades. Don't worry. But as you can see, this is the important part, that they used all of their prowess with their audiovisual presentations on this game, and it looks and plays amazing. Alright, let's see what we have here. Hey, I retained the bonus from the last section of the cell. But the lives didn't increase. That's new. I don't remember that in the 3DS version, in the Nano Assault X version. I also don't remember this thing here. Alright, I need to keep pressed. I need to be careful because that thing won't save me from B. Damn it, there's a lot of elements that I don't know. We'll have to learn as we play. We lost some life there. Lost some life. Doesn't matter. Need to be careful. So you need to purchase the lives now to make it through the sections of the cell. That's new. As you can see, it's everything is in 360 degrees. So it's and the levels are a bit longer than what I remember in the 3DS version. Definitely, they made them longer, fortunately. So it's just like playing a totally different game. Because, yes, if the gameplay mechanics are different, if the level design is different, kind of like an expansion. Besides playing with 2 joysticks, it's much better. With 2 sticks, sorry, with 2 sticks. Because in the 3DS version, you kind of like have to use the C stick of the 3DS or the A, B, X, Y button straight away. I need to be careful with those guys. With that ray of... This is nothing. You'll see that if it works like the 3DS version, you'll face much worse. They are kind of like parasites of all kinds. And there's also puzzles. There are also puzzles in some cells. This countdown is... I don't remember it in the 3DS version. The 3DS version is kind of like cell purified and it's automatic. The countdown is pretty... It's a pretty amazing mechanic that they introduced in this version. Alright, extra life. Nano go. The item increases the maximum Nano gauge multiplier from 5 to 9. This item doubles the value of each credit coin you collect. This is useful. This device emits time-delayed gravity inversion bombs. I remember this from the 3DS version, and it's not extremely... yeah, it isn't extremely precise, so... Antimatter, energy pulse that tracks for... I think I used this one in the... The Nano Shield protects from all enemy from a limited period of time. It's only 200, so yeah, sure. Attracts nearby collectibles, sure. And I think the one I used in the 3DS version is this one. But what happens? Do I lose all of them when I exit the cell? That would be new. Oh, boss! We have the first boss, people! This is not part of the 3DS version, I'm sure of it. Or yes, it could be, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe? It's just that it looks so different on a bigger screen that... Yeah, I think it's this one. Then I will remember the other harder bosses. Because... Alright, so we got this... Ah, yeah, the missiles there. Now it's like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm... Everything is coming back to me. Damn it. That was pretty much unavoidable. Ah, I can go below it. Amazing. There we go. Yes, this was the first boss. It's pretty easy, but then they will get much tougher. You'll see. But you can see the surfaces, the bloom effects, the textures, everything in terms of the presentation of this game is amazing. Yeah, they are the same bosses. I remember that boss. Neratea. I remember it. Yeah, the 3DS version kind of like has a better layout in my opinion in terms of the maps, because they are not like this. It's kind of like each section like mobile games, kind of like that. Show you each stage. They show you each stage separately. Here they are kind of like all together. Alright, I think we can finish all of the cells today. I told you it was going to be a pretty short presentation. But well, I'm happy that I could introduce you to the history of Shin'en. Did I? Yeah, I lost all of my upgrades, I think. Yeah, I have 2 lives. Okay. Right, so it works different. It works differently, sorry, when compared to the 3DS version. a totally different way. Works totally differently. Alright. Well, here you can see what I meant previously. And this is nothing. You'll see that it's like a forest now. The thing is that in this game, enemies spawn around you because of the 360-degree style that it has, which makes it unique. I played a lot of twin stick shooters, and this is it's probably the most visually pleasing. But not only that, it has kind of like a mystical cohesion, a magical cohesion in its gameplay mechanics when combined with the graphical presentation. I think you get it by now. I still don't know how to use that. I have the missiles. Fortunately, that's pretty much the best. I don't remember this cell from the 3DS version though. I think they mixed them up, if I have to say. They're kind of like mixed up. You're probably thinking, Eraser, you brought us RPG games, forgotten RPG games, like, I don't know, Hellgate or Ravencast. You brought us a lot of RTS games that we've never heard of. And now you bring us a twin stick shooter. Why is it that you play games from so many different genres? Well, it's because I love all of these genres altogether. I kind of like jump from one genre to another. Yeah, it's per round, I guess. I don't know. Looks like, I know the shield. Yeah, I have to rebuy it. Let's rebuy this, I guess. They are kind of like consumables now. They were, and the others are permanent upgrades, I think, because we got the missiles. Yeah, pretty interesting hybrid solution. Hey, look at that, we got the shield. Yeah, definitely this version feels a bit more difficult. If I had to say, they probably thought, well, there they are, the plants. Those plants, be careful because they... Here you need to pay attention to corners, because you won't see the shots from the corners. Like this, and they can appear everywhere. This is not a bullet hell. This isn't a bullet hell, but the difficulty rather lies in the 360-degree feature that it has. Bow. What's that? Can I use something? No, nothing at all. Oops. See, for example, that one. I think in the 3DS version, they kind of like, these plants just shoot normal bullets. Here they shoot kind of like special missiles. Like those ones, they shoot those bullets. Now they also shoot bullets, the normal enemies. See how the game surprises you when you least expect it. Look at that gorgeous bloom effect with the sun. That's something that, for example, only this game has in terms of twin stick shooters. Those amazing effects. Also the textures on the ground. See that it kind of like looks like a hairy cell. I don't know, but you can see the kind of like the hair on the floor. And they added a combo multiplayer. I see there. To the score, you also have score attack modes if you end up liking the game, for example. Bonus. Yes, I just need the yes. 90%. Ah, you can get. Alright, I get it. You have to kind of like. Okay. You kind of like have to clear the rest of the cell to get a perfect 100% purification. I get it. What is it? That one? 92? No. Oh my god. You have to kind of like use everything. 99%. 100% clear. Bonus. There you have it. Alright, I was not paying attention here. Okay. Alright, so you kind of like go for a 100% purify. Okay, it wasn't that bad. The Nano shield, and what's this? Adds one satellite to your ship. No, we are okay. We are doing okay. Yeah, I think the weapon, the ones with the asterisk there, they're kind of like permanent. I know, they're the ones that you have, something like that. But for example, the extra life, alright, I don't have enough money. Silly me. Alright. Third stage. Second cell. The environments are all amazing and unique. I remember this one. This one I remember it. It's kind of like a maze. This one is a maze and they're invisible. It's ooh. Ah, you can go through those. Okay, but not through these. No. They're kind of like hard walls. Pretty resistant and invisible. I love how they chose enemies of the same color. See those subtle tricks of the same color so you cannot distinguish them? It's done on purpose. What do we have there? Another satellite. Amazing. 4 satellites. Ready to go. Pretty much you will see that the game will then... You'll see. Then it will become an on-rail... It'll have on-rails shooter sections. I love twin-stick shooters, both twin-stick shooters and on-rail shooters. For example, the X series of Nintendo, besides Star Fox of course, is pretty forgotten on the Nintendo DS. Oh, what? Oof. Damn it. See? It was... Ah, damn it. We lost a satellite. What? Where are those bullets coming from? Those ones? Ooh. Damn it. Ah. They're of the same color. Ray. What's Ray? What's that? Oh, it explodes. Nice. But it consumes a lot of energy. It probably deals more damage. So it's good. Okay. We got our fourth satellite back. I think there's a strategy to getting a 100% purification. You first need to kill kind of like small enemies so they don't... It doesn't get over 90%. 98. Where could you be? There you are. 99. 100% clearing bonus. Oh, everything is exploding. There you go. Alright. Now we get the boss fight. I assume I accumulate credits? Or no? No, I probably don't accumulate credits when I get to another cell. Credit doubler, this one makes no sense. No, right now. Well, whatever. Just one more life, just in case. Exit shop. Anyways. I remember this guy. Yep, this one is pretty... Ah, it's different from the 3DS version. It's the same boss, but the mechanics are a bit different. For example, in the 3DS version, you kind of like can only go in one direction, kind of like left or right. Here it's a fully 3D environment. Alright, I get it. Alright, alright, alright. It's a rotation. But the rotation is faster and you need to use the pillars. Yeah, this is different from the 3DS version, the overall presentation and the mechanics. The 3DS version, I would say, of this enemy, it's a bit tougher, because it's kind of like a much more... It's a boss that you fight a bit more at the end, could it be? Well, it's much tougher, because it has kind of like a... It has kind of like a... You don't have a lot of room. Here, more or less, you have a bit more of room. Weird. Yeah, the version is totally different, in that sense.
Zeta Cluster Omicron unlocked.
Omicron. I hope we have on-rail shooter sections in here, just like the 3DS version. Otherwise, I'll say that the 3DS version is the definitive version of the game. Okay, let's do it. I think the 3DS version, the Nano Assault X version, yeah, I think it will end up being the definitive version, people, because it has on-rails shooter sections and it's longer. Who would have thought? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Too early to tell. I think we will unlock even more cells than what you see there. At the end of the day, well, this is getting interesting. Shit. God damn it. See why I love this game? We'll see which version is better. Either this one or the 3DS, damn it. I think we'll get killed. I think we skipped most of the mid levels of the 3DS version and we got straight to the end levels of it. Because I remember this one with this. If you touch those, you die. Oh, that may be interesting. Alright, these ones have physics applied to them, making them harder to hit. Oops, that bonus. It slipped away from my grasp. I mean, these guys are easy to kill, but they shoot a lot of bullets. Damn it. Fortunately, they don't deal a lot of damage. This is an interesting level design and gameplay mechanic decision. They just make enemies spawn around you rather than having fixed spawns, and it makes it more dynamic and more difficult in that sense. It adds a bit of difficulty since the game is not a bullet hell shooter. It compensates and it adds a lot of difficulty. Alright, now we do this. From a safe distance. That one surprised me, I must say. Alright, when they explode. Okay. They shoot those when they explode, so you shouldn't target them right away. Hey, we got a second satellite there. Second satellite is up. Alright, they explode, so you should leave them for last. You should leave them for the last thing, pretty much the last thing you kill. It had to be the other side. It had to. Well, he's exploding. Hey, I think we don't have any on-rail shooter sections in this version, huh? I'm beginning to suspect. I'm beginning to suspect that. Hmm. Or maybe there are more cells and they are not showing us. Well, I mean, that was a bit exaggerated. Look at that, the shield. Ah, I didn't know the shield would deplete so fast. I'm pretty sure the 3DS version has more cells, has more stages. Ah, well. Alright, now I can see the difficulty. Alright, no worries. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Okay, we should leave those plans for last. Like this. Well, not like that. Oh, you get the point. What the? Ah, but the others are spawning around me. The plant is kind of like a free kill because it doesn't move, but then it's worse to farm, let's say, in that area. Alright, yeah, we are okay, as long as we don't lose any lives. We are okay. Let's pop that one. Alright, this zone seems to be pretty much clear. Damn it. Satellite there, damn it. You have to think in 360 degrees, pretty much. Alright. I think the portal spawned here last time, right? Or was it the other side of the cell? I think it was this one. There it is, the second satellite. Amazing. Okay. Damn it, I'll be disappointed if this version doesn't have on-rail shooter sections. If it doesn't have on-rails shooter sections, like the 3DS does. I think it will simply unlock more cells and we'll eventually encounter them. Yep, it was the other side. I don't know if it's done on purpose or not, but yeah. Pretty much. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, I'm not wasting my money again on this. For a limited time, I should have read that. Adds one satellite to your ship. This is the best upgrade, I guess. Pretty much, it's the best upgrade. Considering the money that I have, of course. If I had more, I would. Damn it. Alright, so. Those small things. Oh, those are stars. I remember those are stars. Have to get close, trigger it, and get out. Ah, it's permanent or what? Ah, okay. Damn it. Right. First, let's get rid of those. Otherwise, I cannot move. Come on. Ray. We've got a ray there. Sides. One left, one right. There we go. Or the other way around, because first it was right and then it was left. One right, one left. Damn it. Need to be careful. We will complete the cell. Not moving from that section. Damn it, nice. See how the surface looks kind of like muddy? Alright, we got another one. That's an amazing effect. Let's try a ray here. There we go. I don't know what I grabbed, but well. Oh! Yeah, they were not going to give me all of those credits free. Thank you. Pretty good. Ah, the stars. Yeah, you kind of like need to clear kind of like the main hostile organisms first, and then the smaller ones to complete the purification. Damn it. I wanted to show you the on-rails shooter sections. You'll see that it's just like playing Star Fox. But now I doubt if this version has them. It would be ironic and pretty tragic if they're exclusive to the 3DS version, I guess, but well, it makes those versions even more valuable, I guess. Ooh, need to be careful. Come on, we're almost there. Other side. I wonder if that's random or kind of like fixed. Well, we don't have time to. We don't have time to waste. To stay here and figure it out. I'm not losing a lot of life because of that. I'm not. Another live, sorry. Oh, what do we have here? Satellite, we're at 4. We'll get missiles and the attractor, just in case. Or this is the boss. No, this is not the boss. We are in stage 3. Ooh. Well, I guess you can see that I was right when I told you about the visual presentation that the game has, and that it's amazing. Also the audio, it's kind of like perfect twin-stick shooter music. Also see that the grass has applied physics, which is something that generally in twin-stick shooters is not something that you would normally pay attention to. And of course, the fact that it's a 360-degree shooter, it's also amazing. I wonder if we'll unlock more cells after these 4. Because I remember the original, the 3DS port to be much longer, as I've been saying. With on-rails shooters, sections, and everything. Oops. Bonus! Yeah, we got all of them. This one looks better than the 3DS version, but I would say it's a tie, because the 3DS version looks better than what you are probably thinking. Much better than what you are probably thinking. Or if you play, especially on the new 3DS XL. The other twin-stick shooter that nowadays, fortunately, it's a genre that has had a modern resurgence with Darksiders Genesis and The Ascent, for example. But well, there are many excellent examples. For example, Halo, Spartan Assault, and Strike. We also have... There's a game that I always forget the name. That looks gorgeous. I covered it during the... There's a twin-stick shooter with gorgeous graphics on PC. I always forget the name, but I covered it during the integral history of PC game genres. I wonder what we get with the bonus. I wonder what we get. Oop. I hate those. They are invisible, difficult to target. There's one more there. I love how they blend with the environment. This game must be good for the brain, because it kind of like forces you to to dodge the bullets and think in 360 degrees. I need to be careful. I cannot let them touch me again. We're almost there. 80. Right there, 79. But if they touch me again, I'll lose alive. alive there. Uh, uh. And we'll have to kill the boss, the cell boss, with 1 life, I believe. I know we have more than. We could buy 1. But just in case. Damn it, didn't see that one. Didn't see that one coming. Almost there, 1 more. Of course, on the other side. I think it's done on purpose at this point. Come on, I just need to get out of here. Damn it, is it me or that got smaller? Where was the exit? There. I wonder what the bonus is. If it is something. Final score, bonus. What do I get? Bonus round. Collect as many credits as possible while increasing your score. If you crash, the bonus round ends. Ah, this is the third. What's this? But this is not kind of like the on-rails shooter section that I remember. Ah, this is new. This is not in the 3DS version. Whoa. It's not in the 3DS version, this bonus round mode. But well, it's, let's say, similar to what you would get in the 3DS. It's not like this, the 3DS. You kind of like get... Oh, well. 36 seconds, final score, blah blah. Alright, let's add 1 life. Rockets, of course. Nano shield, no, that sucks. And what else? Nothing else. Well, anyways, let's add 1 more extra life because, anyways, we'll lose the money at the end of the cell. So yeah. But no, that wasn't the on-rails shooter section that I wanted. That is present in the 3DS version of the game. Let's see. Come on, I need to drop the missiles on those, so it takes a lot of damage. Well, there we go. Pretty resistant, I must say. May I do? No. It's not a complete cell. It's like you can go to the other side of the cell. Almost there. That tentacle, it's pretty difficult to target. There we go. They are getting difficult to target. They are getting more and more difficult to target. There we go, just 1 more. Anyways, I have 3 lives. So yeah. Ah, but I will lose the satellites. Ah, it's shooting. It's shooting bullets now. Oof. Come on, now. Now's our chance. Or not. I want to believe I'm dealing at least a bit of damage. Damn it. It's getting tough. Nope. That one was close. Come on. That one has to go down here right now. There we go. Perfect. Almost there. Perfect. Cell purified. Yeah, we only have one more apparently. This I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know.
Unlocked.
I didn't know that this version didn't have kind of like on rails shooter sections. Well. Uh, if that's the case, the 3DS version is much better. And I didn't know. Well, play the 3DS version immediately. It's much longer and better, if that's the case. Especially Nano Assault X, the X version. At least that's the one that I remember it was the better version. It had a lot of cells and everything. The upgrades were permanent and it was kind of like a campaign. This one is much more arcadey. Oh well. At least we'll be able to showcase this in one day. Or we can showcase some of the other mods. Or some of the other modes. But I don't think so. They have to be hidden somewhere. I cannot believe they didn't have the on-rails shooters sections here. Oh well, we'll figure it out, I guess. We'll figure it out. But yeah, if that's the case, play the 3DS version, the Nano Assault X version. The one on the Nintendo eShop that right now closed. So what am I saying? That closed this year. So that version will be lost forever, if not preserved. Interesting, I'm thinking about it right now. Fortunately, I already have it. See, this is the problem with closing digital shops. The X version, which trust me it's the best apparently, has been lost forever then. If it weren't for the community preserving it. Which has been preserved, so don't fret. But yeah, under normal circumstances it would have been lost forever. Who would have thought? See why we need game preservation? Exactly because of those things. Oop. This game feels so similar in terms of the presentation to Metroid Prime, to the Metroid series in general. Besides, it has that escape mechanism that is just like Metroid. That's probably why Nintendo said told Shin'en, come on, you'll be a second party developer. Besides, of course, of the quality of their games. But yeah, pretty much I can see why. The aesthetic is just like it's just like Metroid. Now that I think about it. There we go. Almost there. Exit open. Damn it. Let's get out of here ASAP. Another one of these octopuses. Let's see if we can get a perfect purification. 97, no. Alright. Give me the satellites, I've learned my lesson. I cannot get an extra life, not that I need it. And we'll get this, a credit doubler instead. And the attractor. We'll do that combo. Let's do it. Second stage, final cell, apparently. Final cell, we'll see. What the? Oh, I remember those guys. Yeah. Pretty tough. Yep. Well, at least we cannot say that they recycled anything from the 3DS version because, well, yes, the enemies, yeah, you could say the enemies, but the rest, kind of like there are even some of them that I don't recognize. For example, I think those are the same, but they don't fly. Yep, it's incredibly different to the 3DS version. On. The best policy with these ones is to simply spin around them. We get double money, so nice. Damn it! Oh no. Need to be careful. I love how bigger enemies distract you while the smaller ones that blend with the terrain are the ones that actually kill you at the end of the day. Like that one spawning right behind me. That's the difficulty of this game, that they spawn right behind you. They don't move. These hairy balls. Damn it. I also lost the satellite. Need to be careful. Oh, damn it. Damn it. It's difficult to target them. I think I'm out of range. Almost there. Oh, damn. There we go. What's this one doing here? There we go. They spawn kind of like in the exact opposite direction that you are going. Damn it. Stupid plants. I hate them. Only 58. It takes much longer to purify these cells. They drop bombs there. Okay. 64. But they contribute a lot to filling the purification meter. Satellite there. One is mine, so blue. Well, it's actually teal. Kind of like a brilliant teal. One, two, three. Well, I think we're done. What else? I must have... No, there must be at least a section that I haven't explored. What's that? Hey, we got something there. Nice. Missiles. Nope. That one was close. It kind of like exploded right on top of me. They're also pretty fast when they explode. There we go. Let's get out of here. Magnificent. That was a long cluster, I guess. We'll recover the lives. Yeah. And yeah, pretty much that's all I can do. This one will be tough. It's the last cell, apparently. What the... Yeah, these enemies are new. Yep, these enemies are not in the 3DS version. Nope. Those traces, I don't remember them at all. Damn it. Let's clear the area a bit. Let's clear the area a bit. This is getting interesting. Damn it. I need to pay attention. No, here I'll get killed. It's a terrible angle. Come on. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this. Come on, let's clear a path. I see one of them there. I have the high ground. Yeah. I need to kill those enemies producing those traces so I have more room. Damn it. Oops. Almost there. It didn't touch me. Barely, but it didn't touch me. No. Now, well, it's not a bullet hell, but it's kind of like a bit tougher. A bit tougher.
Guaranteed.
Finally. Careful. I shouldn't. That one. They're invisible on top of leaving those traces. Oh my god, I'm surrounded. At least they don't shoot missiles. It would be kind of like the worst part of it. I need to be careful. They're also invisible if they spawn on top of me. Come on. Even if I kill them, they kind of like respawn on top of me. Damn it. Well, at least we made some room, but we're not done yet. Exit open. As if I could. Let's see if I can get there without getting killed. That's the other thing. Wait, there's something there. Bonus. Whatever. Oof, that one was close. Pretty good. Oof, close. Pretty good. Yeah, you'll give me. Okay, I can only get one extra life, and we'll get the missiles, I guess. And yep, that's pretty much it. Boss fight. Hey, this is the final boss in the 3DS version of the game. I wonder how they handled it here. It's kind of like the same. All bosses are kind of like the same in this version. Damn it, that's sad. We'll leave the missiles for the worst part. Damn it. So all of the bosses are the same in this version. Damn it. That was a heavy hit. Damn it. Damn it, all of the bosses are the same. No, the final boss, it's kind of like an on-rails shooter in the 3DS version. And it's amazing, damn. This one's kind of like more arcadey. I cannot believe that the game ends here. New game mode, Survivor, unlocked. Yeah, that's it. Damn, what a disappointment. No, this version certainly doesn't compare to the 3DS version. Or maybe it's in another mode. I know, this is kind of like arcade mode? No, it's just those. Survivor mode? No, but it's pretty much the same level design. No. What's this? Kind of like endless. This kind of like no, yeah. Then, well, people, I must tell you, the 3DS version, the Nano Assault X version of the game, is the best version. If the PS4 version is like this one, which it has to be like this one because it's Neo X, the 3DS version, the Nano Assault X version is pretty much the best, hands down. It has some on-rails shooters sections. It has more replayability. It's longer. It kind of like has a longer campaign. No, nothing to do. This kind of like a watered down version of the game. Ironically, I mean the home console, the Wii U, got the worst version of Nano Assault. If this is it. It's lacking content compared to the other one. The other one you cannot finish it in 1 hour, the main campaign, at all. But like, it can take you, I don't know, if you play all day, well, 2-3 days, a week, I don't know. But if you play normally, 1, 2, 3 hours a day, I don't know, it can take you easily a week. Besides, it's a bit harder than this one, and it has on-rail shooter sections. Then I can show you. Damn, what a shame. What a waste. It's an amazing game, but they didn't add all of the glory of the 3DS version. Oh well, I cannot show you the 3DS version. I mean, I cannot capture footage from there. Oh well, it's an interesting game. Well, at least you got a hang of the gameplay. It's kind of like a tech demo. It's kind of like a demo, this version. Had a pretty good idea of what the game is about. But I cannot believe they didn't include the kind of like the on-rails shooter sections. So, the 3DS version is much more valuable than what I originally thought. Especially the Nano Assault X version, the one from the 3DS eShop, which is now closed. Precisely, it's the best version of the game. It's much longer and better. So yeah, keep those 3DS systems. And if you have a digital copy of Nano Assault X, keep them well guarded. I'll sure keep mine guarded after seeing this. Definitely wasn't expecting it. This kind of like, it jumps between cells. It's kind of like random. It's kind of like endless mode. Well, this mode, I don't know if it's in the 3DS version. Alright, so this is kind of like endless mode. Alright, they have, I don't know if the 3DS version has this. I think it has it. Well, it was interesting while it lasted, people. This was shorter than what I originally anticipated. Definitely much shorter than what I originally anticipated. But yeah, pretty much it's a watered down version. Let me see if I can show you. Wait, I'll show you the other. I'll show you the 3DS version. I'll show you the 3DS version, so you have an idea of it. Disconnect everything. Oh well, I can leave it like that. Alright, let me show you the. Let me open here another tab, and let me show you how amazing the difference is. Let me show you the differences. So you can see before we go. Let me see. Let me find the cluster. No, but it's incredible how watered down this version is. It's kind of like shorter and worse. Much worse. Um, Precisely. The official trailer, I think it has it. Take a look at this, please. We'll see. Don't worry. I know you cannot see it right now. I want to see if there's. They showcase the on. I remember they showcased the on rails shooter sections in in the original version in the original trailer. Let me see. That's the normal mode. And yeah, they even make the difference. They even highlight the difference. Wait, we'll we'll close the game. We'll close the game, and I'll show you. Pay attention to this, please, to see how watered down the version I just showcased is in comparison to the glory of the original. Oh well, you could the gameplay is well represented as well, at least. Um, but just so you can see that the original game released on the 3DS has those on rails shooter sections that I showcased. Even the this is the trailer from 2000 from 2011, kind of like not even Nano Assault X on the 3DS, which is the upgraded digital version on the 3DS eShop that is no that is no more, and you can only get it through preservation means. Pretty much because the 3DS eShop has been closed. Here you'll see. This is the original version from 2011 for the 3DS. There you can see the original 3DS.
Mankind is no stranger to war.
You'll see.
But this time, the battle is on a scale unlike anything you've seen before. Unleash your firepower in a microscopic world teeming with deadly viruses.
There you could see the normal
Maneuver
sections.
your hyperspeed ship through infected 3D levels.
There you can see the bosses, how different they are. These are permanent upgrades, not temporary. Look at some of those boss fights. It's much longer, the game as well, on the 3DS.
Before it destroys us all. Nano Assault, coming this November.
I think this could be a unique case because, as I've said, the 3DS version is longer. It has many more levels. It has on rails shooter sections. It has a lot of things that I didn't see here today. I never played this version, and honestly, well, it was good because I could showcase it in only one stream. But yeah, I highly recommend that you play Nano Assault X, the 3DS. So the 3DS version, the digital 3DS version, is pretty much the best version of the game. Nano Assault X is the digital version, the one that was on the shop before they closed it. It's the best version then. Okay. Or you can try to get the physical release. That would be amazing. But you would need to travel back in time to 2011 because they are pretty difficult to find nowadays. But yeah, pretty much Nano Assault X. Nano Assault X is the best version. One great surprise that I need to do kind of like a remake of the Ultimate Nintendo 3DS showcase. I need to do that, and I will highlight this because I didn't know about this. Nano Assault X is the best version then. This is a watered down version. I mean, the only. Sorry, my throat is completely messed up by now. The only worth noting um, addition is survival mode, but so, even so, I think um, even so, I think that the 3DS version has survival mode. I could check it and show it to you. See, now I'm doubting. See, now I'm doubting if it has survival mode or not. Anyways, it's less than 2 hours, so I have time to explore it. I think it I think it does have survival mode. Let me see, because I wasn't expecting to find such a short and watered down version. Here you can see. I've upgraded my 3DS since the showcase. That's why I need to do it again. There you can see that this one is Nano Assault X instead. This is the version that you want to get. It's the best version, the digital 3DS eShop version. And I think I can show to you. Okay, here, maybe I can show to you kind of like the screen right away. Hmm. Yeah, it has survival mode. I take that back. It even has boss rush mode. I take that back. This version, the other version is a disaster. It's a complete mess. Yeah, I think you can see it. If I point the camera down there, I think you can see it. Can you see it? I think you can see it. Survival mode, boss rush mode, everything. There you go. Pretty much has everything. Let's see if I can move it so you can see him. Wow. I never expected this version to be so much better than the one that you just saw. You can see a difference in modes. This is kind of like with the game completed once, just like we did there. But the campaign is much longer. Let me see if I can uh, show you the story mode that I cleared a year ago, so you can see the difference. It works at 60 FPS. It's amazing. Cell 1. Maybe not here in arcade mode. There's 5 cells, and they're much longer, I remember. Maybe in arcade mode, I can show you kind of like each section. There we go. Yeah, in arcade mode, I can show you the sections. Here you'll see the huge difference. So here we had 4 cells of 4 levels each. One is the boss, of course, always. I played it recorded my progress from the other version or something, because I think I said a year. I think I played it even many more years before. It says 2019. There you can see first cell, five five levels. I think I can do it with L and R. With L and R. There you can see next cell. Sorry, there, there. Next cell, 5 again. Next cell, 5 again, and I can assure you the levels are much longer. 5 again, and 5 again. And there, we should be back at... Oh no, 6! There are 6 cells. Kappa. Kappa is the name of the last cell cluster. And there's a... Is there a 7th one? 6? 7! See, I told you. 7, but it only has 3. So, We have, instead of 4, we have 7 cell clusters. And trust me, the levels are longer and harder. But yep, there you have it. Pretty much. Pretty much. And they're all the same, I believe. I showed you and I didn't pay attention to. Yeah, 4, 5 in cluster 2. One is the boss, of course. 4, 5, 5 again in cluster 3, 6 in cluster 4, 5 again in cluster 5. Yeah, it's much longer. 4 in cluster 6 Kappa, and 3 in cluster 7 Omega. Yeah. Pretty much. As you could see, uh, well, now we have irrefutable proof. It was an amazing stream because we could prove, and it has the coin challenges, and then all of the game modes that I showcase you: story, arcade, boss rush, survivor. Yeah, pretty much 4 game modes. And the Nano Shop, kind of like the the items are kind of like permanent, the upgrades, kind of like that. Nanopedia and the jukebox. Well, that's not. Yeah, survivor, boss rush mode, arcade, and story. Yep, pretty much you just looked at the definitive version of the game. Looks like the PS4 and Wii U versions were heavily butchered. Yes. How beautiful it is to find truth at the end of the day, to find the truth. Yeah, as you could see, I need to do kind of like an update of the Ultimate Modded Nintendo 3DS Showcase because I could go further beyond, and trust me, now my 3DS has truly achieved perfect completion. Yeah. But well, I remember that version is so best version Nano Assault X or the physical version Nano Assault, the original. So on the 3DS, the game is much better than what you just saw. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure bringing to all of you and sharing with all of you the case of Nano Assault. Today, on Thursday, we'll continue with Heroes of New Earth, another MOBA that I'll prove that with the Preservation series, in which we'll prove that it can be played completely offline. This game is already dead, Heroes of New Earth. The servers have already been shut down. So, pretty much, I'll show you how the community endured and pretty much uh, pretty much after the servers were shut down, we can still access and play the game, fortunately, thanks to game preservation. Speaking of game preservation, Nano Assault X, the eShop version is no longer available, so game preservation saving the day once again. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. At least it was kind of like easy to record and that uh, I could show you the basic gameplay mechanics. It's kind of like a good demo version, the one that we played. But yeah, pretty much it cannot compete with Nano Assault X at all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. See you all on Thursday, and then we'll begin the next analysis. As I told you, this was going to be a short showcase, and then we'll get to the next big game that we have to analyze. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. We may play another one since this one was so short. Another one that I wanted to showcase that is much better. It's a PC exclusive. And also a modded RTS that I wanted to showcase. And then we'll get to another big game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure. See you all on Thursday. I need to readjust the camera now. Yeah.